Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today I'd like to say a few things in English only. I was listening to YouTube as I do once in a while, but it did bother me yesterday more than any other time that I see all kind of educated people never thought of a devil as an angel, yet they keep saying he is an angel. They never thought that whatever he is doing, the devil that is, cannot be out of God's control. God must know what he's doing. God allow him to do. He's an angel. He's doing his job like any other angels. President of the United States have his secretaries, and each one of them does their job because they are assigned to do that job. You know, you go to buy a battery to start your car, and you know the battery have a positive and negative. Without positive and negative, you can't get a juice out of a battery. But very few people ever think, why do we have to have good and evil to get a life out of our lives? Very few people say, what if we all are good like Jesus? We never do anything wrong. How many years can humans survive being all good? Very few people get married, very few people do anything wrong. Most likely humans will lose interest in life and they start dying out. In few generations, humans will distinct. Same thing, if we all are bad and evil, we will destroy each other in no time. Therefore, they had to be half and half, just like in every species, there's half males, half females all the time, and God doesn't control that. God manages that percentage of the males and females, just like he manages the percentage of how many people have to stay good and how many have to stay bad based on times. Having said that, we need to know one thing. While we are learning as we go, while we become intelligent in the process, through all these experiences, through good and evil, how we learn, why we learn. Is it after we learn or when we become intelligent? Can the balance between good and evil be just disrupted, such as there will be more good people than bad people, or vice versa? It is not an easy question to answer. It's another responsibility or a mission or a job that God is doing, and it might not be for us today, even today, with all the intelligence we have, to know why and how. We can't, not yet. Yet, the more intelligent we become, the more confident we become. And intelligence and confidence lead to faith. Faith is basically believing according to religion. The less intelligent we are, the more fearful we remain. And fear is basically being unbeliever, doubtful, being an infidel. The more fear you have and the more insecure you are, the more of hell you are experiencing, the more of hell you are living in. And that means you are an infidel. That means you are an unbeliever. It doesn't matter what religion you are, what values you believe in. The bottom line, you are insecure, you are scared, you are living in hell right there and then. But when you become confident and intelligent, you can find answers no matter what big of a problem you are into. Your mind will sit, will make you calm, and make you sit down and think of a solution to your problem. This is basically philosophy which many people might not be interested in. But one thing we all have to ask ourselves, all religions say that the devil was in Adam and Eve. Therefore, the devil had to be in every one of us. The devil have to work in each and every one of us. The devil is working through each and every one on this earth. Have been and will always be. From the days of Adam till we die. Now, there are stages and there are percentages and there are less and more, but he's always there. You know, when you become intelligent, let's go back to that one. It might take the devil a few generations to move you from believing something is wrong to believing it's right. But when you are not educated or ignorant, it doesn't take too much of a time to do so. So you actually believe this is good and this is bad based on what somebody told you because you don't know any better. But the more intelligent you become, the more intelligent the devil had to become. So he will let people or generations do little things, and the neighbors will see that, people around you see that, and everybody will start doing the same thing. Before you know it, in a generation or two, what was wrong only 50 years ago or 100 years ago, it's right now. So within generations, the devil can work. So let's just say if we are too intelligent, that means it's going to take the devil much more time to convince us or to do his job, convincing us this is right and this is wrong. So let's go to another subject here that might be more interesting for you. You know, a lot of leaders now try to act like they are average when they actually know a lot more than you think. They talk to the public in a tone of voice that convince the public this is what that person is all about. But he's not. I'll give you two examples. Let's take Donald Trump and take Bernie Sanders. Donald Trump might be informed, but not informed enough to know what this race or this human race is facing or is coming to face in years to come or in generations to come. He been so busy in a materialistic life to ever believe or understand or digest or comprehend the philosophy of life from any thinker or any philosopher. He knows a lot of things from intelligent-minded people, but it speaks or describes certain situation, periods of time, not longer periods of time. Bernie Sanders is another example. Well, I hate to get into that, but I need to go back to Donald Trump also in a minute here, but let me just brief a little bit here to get your attention. Bernie Sanders was born in the middle of the Second World War, if not the beginning. And he, as a Jewish person, was raised in his teenagers listening to nothing but the Holocaust. And that actually made him into a man of philosophy that we could never understand till now. Bernie Sanders aiming or aimed at the new generation, the younger people. He wants to give them anything and everything. Socialism. By doing so, everybody will love him. The young people, especially the young people. Bernie Sanders never think that philosophy did not work in Russia. The socialism system did not work in Russia because that makes people lazy. Now, if you're going to provide all these kids with whatever you want, whatever they want, you actually gonna make them lazy bums in the future. So they're not gonna be productive citizens. Same thing happens in the communist world. So to lead the new generations, the millennium kids, and lead the communist world, somebody told him this is the right way. You are the right person. You are a good talker. If you become a president of the United States, you got the new generations. The past is gone, is buried. And in other words, we have to accept the fact of what had happened years ago. There's a lot of things that happened years ago. Simple answer is to go to John Kennedy's speeches, secret societies, and what have you. I'm not trying to accuse any powerful organizations in hiring Bernie Sanders to lead the world. But if they did, they did not choose the right age or the right person for that philosophy. That Donald, yet Donald Trump never knew that even though it is in the Bible, that we are living in an age where God is about to prove something to the human race. And the only way to do it is to go to the top. Once you stand on the top of the mountain and scream, everybody can see you and hear you. God will not go to some country in the middle of Asia or Africa or the Middle East or Europe or South America, a small country out of nowhere that has no power, and send a prophet or send a message from there. He has to go through a superpower. He knocked down the communists. Now what's left is the United States, the only superpower in the world. God had to work through the United States. Yet he had to go through the top leaders of the United States. He, Donald Trump, does not know that the Republican Party, if they win, or if he wins, which I don't think he will, he is going to be shocked to hear some news from Nixon tapes, from the CIA files and the FBI files. Secret things been going on. that John Kennedy spoke about and other leaders spoke about. Secret society within this country been active so much in power since the Second World War, to a point, according to John Kennedy and Nixon himself, the media is under their control. The economy is under their control. Everything is under their control. And that means what? God must come to expose or open the book on that powerful organization or secret society. God worked from the top, and if they are the ones on the top, they are the ones who God will attack more than anyone else. Donald Trump does not know. There's a religion called the Muslim religion, and in that it talks about the people of the elephant, and the people of the elephant will be the ones to pay the price. They will be exposed for not telling the truth. President Nixon tried, but he couldn't. Who would not allow him was the media. And if the media is to be known as a collaborator, then God is aiming his message to the media. He's going to tell us tomorrow that the media is not your leader. They've been acting like they are in control of everyone and everything, because they make you think the way they want to, even though they're not elected officials. Yet they have more power than a president. They can tell the president what to say, what not to say. If they are all united, which they have to be united, since they have phones and they have friends, and everybody can just tell. I'll give you an example. First time I had a news conference in 1979, I had an issue called aliens' right to vote, legalism right to vote. I had a news conference, and the media came in. There was 3 of them at that time, ABC, NBC, and CBS. As soon as they walk in, they start speaking numbers, 1, 2, 3, to each other. I didn't know what that meant, but I realized later on that they classify my news between them. Some of them said this is going to be major, first, on the first primary news, the first one on the news, the second one said 2. So the bottom line, they do have communication among themselves, and they decide what the public should know and what the public should not know. Now, let's go back to our subject, which is the devil. The devil, as I said, is in everyone. And scaring the people, those people or those educated, intelligent-minded people or religious people, when they keep scaring the public with heaven and hell, and this will happen and that will happen, telling them that they know the future, that is wrong. There's no one knows the future at all. If religions sent with facts about the future, there was no need for man to do anything then. Religions, there is no specific words in any religion about the future. The only 2 things I can say about religion, there's the 10 Commandments that came from God. And if they are directly from God to the prophet Moses, then you have to believe the devil has no hand in it at all. Yet, Many Americans or many Muslims or Christians or Jews do not know, cannot believe that the Holy Quran is God's words only. And the proofs that the Muslims themselves yet till now do not know what the Holy Quran was telling them. And I'm saying all of them. I had to say it that way, but it's a fact. The Holy Quran was sent in one language that very few people willing to accept anything less than fear and rewards, punishments and rewards, when in fact there is no such punishments and rewards in the whole Quran about the human, as an individual, as one soul in his time, that he will be punished after his death. I need to go a little bit further here because it sounds like it's hard to understand. But every human, every soul never dies. It comes back, reincarnation. Like Jesus said, born again, everything's coming back to life again. People never understood that message in the real way, even though he said it. So they took it to mean if I do wrong, I've changed, I forgive my, I become a good person, and God will forgive me, then I'm going to heaven. But that's not exactly what Jesus meant. Born again is reincarnation. Everything is coming back to life. A soul never dies. It comes back in different shapes and bodies, and that's another different subject, completely complicated. That's hard to get into. But the only punishment and rewards that I know is that the one you have to experience on a daily basis, an hourly basis, all the time. Every human being is like that. So scaring people, telling people about the future is wrong. Claiming that they know what will happen or who's going to do what, that is also wrong. There cannot be anyone to know what is this person is going to do, and when they're going to do it, and how they're going to do it. Does not make any sense. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but the best thing, let's briefly say it, the only way to believe in anything is to see it happening. And I believe time will tell, and man will know how God is running life, informing man. I believe the future is brighter, is better than what many religious people are assuming it will be. I think the worst is behind us and the best is ahead of us. I believe we are going to become more intelligent, more informed, more capable of helping each other and protecting each other through knowing one thing. There's no one on this earth that will believe in anything that God does not want him to believe in. No matter what religion or value or beliefs you believe in, you were allowed to do so by God. God directed you to believe in it. So once we all get to understand that point, there will be no one to claim he's right and the other person is wrong. And once we get to that stage, I believe many of our problems will be solved. Let me just stop here. I think I talk too much like I always do. Thank you.